The UN rights envoy to Myanmar made her penultimate visit to Myanmar in January 2017. She's seen here in Rakhine State. In August of that year, Myanmar security forces attacked the mainly Muslim Rohingya minority there, and the Myanmar government has not allowed Yanghee Lee to visit since. Military commanders said the crackdown was in response to attacks on security posts by Rohingya fighters. Nearly 750,000 Rohingya escaped over the border to Bangladesh. Many reported rape, torture and abuse by soldiers and Buddhist mobs. The Gambia accused Myanmar of genocide against the Rohingya and launched a case at the International Court of Justice last November. Myanmar's leader Aung San Suu Kyi denied the charges and defended her country.
Regrettably, the Gambia has placed before the court an incomplete and misleading factual picture of the situation in Rakhine State in Myanmar. Yet it is of the utmost importance that the court assess the situation obtaining on the ground in Rakhine dispassionately and accurately.
For the Rohingya, little has changed in Rakhine. They're still denied citizenship, are unable to move freely, and have little access to healthcare and education.
Myanmar has done nothing to dismantle the system of violence and persecution, and the Rohingya who remain in Rakhine live in the same dire circumstances that they did prior to the events of August 2017.
Many have tried to escape to neighboring countries, risking their lives with people smugglers. But increasingly, no country wants to let them in.
The Malaysian Navy recently prevented a boat carrying around 200 Rohingya refugees from landing. And last week, the Bangladeshi foreign minister said 2 other boats carrying around 500 people in the Bay of Bengal wouldn't be accepted either.
In the last 2 years, the Rohingya have also been caught in the fighting between the Myanmar military and the Arakan army. Fighters for the armed group are Buddhists. The UN says fighting has intensified, with near-daily reports of violence. Tens of thousands of civilians, Rakhine and Rohingya, have been forced from their homes. The Myanmar government has imposed an internet blackout in several townships for months, and the government's accused of arresting journalists and government critics. In her final report to the United Nations Human Rights Council last month, Lee said the optimism she had when she started the job 6 years ago has been lost, and she's watched devastation and tragedy since. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.